morning, folks. Alice here. We are going to go rogue today. Rogue. Yeah. It is 6:22 on Thursday, March 11th, 2020. So what we're going to do today is something cute, something sweet, something. Can you see that? Can you see it? What's it look like? Plants. Succulents. Let's try it. Let's try something a little different. So what we're going to do is, I already have a canvas that I've painted over. Painted over it a couple times. It's starting to feel a little thick. Last thing I had on this, I attempted a flamingo. So we can leave it black, or we can paint it gray, or we can paint it purple, or we can paint it whatever color we want to paint it. You know what? I think I'm going to paint it a nice gray. A nice gray. So, I guess I should go over materials and stuff, shouldn't I? Because I'm not sure which browns I used. We have here cad yellow, burnt sienna, raw sienna, yellow ochre, hooker's green, phalo green, titanium white, and Mars black. We have the greens and the yellows for our succulents, and the browns for our pots, and the white and the black for pigment and our background. My dog is whining this morning, waiting for my husband to go to work. So usually when my husband goes to work, I take the dogs outside. So they're waiting for me to take them out when my husband's in the shower. They're going to have to wait. They're going to have to wait. Okay. So what we're going to grab first is our big 1-inch brush. Big 1 inch. And what we're going to do is we're going to make gray. So we're going to pull into the white, pull into the black. Too much black. There we go, a nice gray color. Nice gray. And we're just going to go and paint in our canvas. You know, I think the quality of my phone was better, you know, but we get the wider angle with the computer. Yeah, so I hope this microphone helps. It seems to be helping. Painting it. It's a little harder because the canvas is so painted over, so it's hard to explain, but it's thick. It's not like it's, you know, it's a really, really thick canvas. Okay, just painting over the black with the gray, and I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna paint the edges. Make sure you got it all. Make sure you got it all. And you know what, if you don't got it all, that's fine too. Don't want to get too dirty. I gotta work today. So I'm working today in Toronto. That phone call I took the other day from work, and I said, oh my goodness, that's a long ways to go, 62 kilometers. Well, I took the job. Took the job. I was off today, have an appointment at 2 o'clock that I forgot about. So then I'm like, oh crap, forgot about this appointment that I had, you know, but I should be done work by 1, hopefully be done work by 1, and then on my way home, and then go to my appointment. That's what it does. It makes the paint feel really thick when you're putting it on. It does. It makes the paint feel really thick. Okay, there we go. We got our background painted, and I don't think we're going to need that brush again. So stick it in the water. Now what we have to do is we have to dry the canvas. We can't paint on the wet canvas because next we're going to put in our plant pots. So I'm going to give you a pause, dry this real quick, come back, and then we're going to put the planters in. Okay folks, we're back. It's 6:40. I've done the dogs. They've been outside. Mike has gone to work. I went into the garage for a joke. Okay. Canvas is dry. Now we're going to put our planters on there. Shit. I am not a very good art teacher. My God. I can't even keep stuff on my canvas or on the thing. What is this thing called? The easel. So I've drawn some pictures. You can see they're freaking awesome. So what we're going to do is we are just going to draw a rectangle. Rectangle! And then from that rectangle, little bit in, we're going to come down on a little angle and draw a planter. See that? That's pretty easy. Can't go wrong with there. You know what we're going to do now? We're going to draw 2 more. 2 more. Okay, I don't know if I can handle this excitement. I'm just going to pick it up and I'm going to draw it this way. So that way I can see what I'm drawing here. I think that this one here, there's a little too skinny. Little too skinny. All right, we got our planters in. Oh shit, I need that too. 3 planters. Okay? 3 planters. 3 planters. Now what we're going to do is, you know, we could probably paint the planters, but we're going to draw in our succulents. Our succulents. Our succulents. Now, if you want, I will hold this up here. There you go. There's my succulents. Did you want to copy my succulents or create your own succulents? You decide. But my succulents, these are something like an herb or something. So they've got like a vine, like a There we go. 4 stems. That's all you need. 4 stems. And in the middle here we have the smaller succulent. So we just have create a pyramid up the top there. This guy here could probably be a little bit more rounded that way so it doesn't look like he's all crooked. Same with this. The top there so it doesn't look crooked. Still looks crooked. This looks all rounded. It shouldn't be that way. It should have spikes out. There we go. And then the third one is long like aloe. Okay? So we got one coming here. Got one coming here. Got one up here. Got one right there. One right there. Big one right there. Another one there. And there. Boop. And we'll put a long one up there. Easy. Done. Easy, easy. If I can do this, you can do this. Believe me, I am no artist. I am no artist. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to paint in our planters right now. Oh, my diffuser smells so nice. I got it plugged in. I got it plugged in. I just brought up my wooden diffuser. I have an owl diffuser that my husband got me for Valentine's Day last year. I have an owl diffuser that's in my bedroom downstairs. And I think we are using my creation of On Guard Thieves. My creation. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my angle brush and I'm going to create a planter color. I don't know, it's pottery, right? Like, how do we create a planter color? Let's take some of this. I think this one here this one's burnt, this one's raw, and this is yellow ochre. So let's take some burnt sienna, some raw sienna, mix it together. That makes a nice color. Let's add some yellow ochre into that. Add a little bit more yellow ochre into that. I'm making a mess everywhere. My yellow ochre. There. There we go. Nice color. Nice color. I'm going to take that paint off the brush there and just put it on the tip. Now I'm going to put that down because you've seen the color. And we're just going to come over here. Paint in our planters. Paint them in. Now remember, this is just chalk, folks. You can paint over this. Remember, we're going rogue. I have nothing to compare it to. So this is a creation that we've created. We have no reference. We're rogue. Second planter. waste up a lot of, I go through a lot of paint and I waste a lot of paint. I'm going to start just putting tiny dabs of tiny little bits of paint because it really does go a long way. Like, it really does go a long way. I think this one's a little bit wider than the other ones. But you know what? We can fix that. Because we got lots of paint to fix this. So we're gonna just make our planters a little bit wider to match the first planter, because he's pretty wide. There we go. We got our planters in. Pretty easy. Now, while our paint is still wet, we don't even have to do anything. I'm going to wipe off my brush. I'm not even going to rinse my brush. I'm just going to wipe the excess paint off my brush. Done. Now what I'm going to do is I am just going to go into the raw sienna, which is the lighter of the two browns. And I'm just going to come back and I'm going to highlight the planters. So what I'm going to do is, I got paint on the wrong side of the brush. What I'm going to do is I am just going to come in here right to the planters and just pull. Just like that. We're going to give it like a little highlight. There we go. Highlighted. And now we're going to do that to the other planters. That's my friend. It's 6:52 a.m. and she's asking me what I'm up to. She knows I'm awake. I'm doing a painting tutorial, sunshine. All right, so we're going to grab some more of the, what is it again? It is raw sienna, the lighter of the two browns. And we're just going in here and we're just pulling it across the planter, creating highlights. Okay? I'm going to do the same to this third planter. Just create some highlights. There we go. And then we're going to come into the dark brown, just the dark, and we're going to go to the other side and add in a shadow. Okay? So we're just adding in a shadow on the other side. Third planter, shadow. Now I'm going to rinse that brush. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that dark sienna and I'm going to create the broken line pot there. Now I'm done. My friend again. LOL. Now how did I know that? That I'm doing a painting tutorial. She knows me too well. Yeah. All right. Now, what we're going to do, I'd like to dry it just so I'm not getting my hand wet and smearing the planters. But here we go. There's the planters, just like that. Excuse me. So I'm going to dry those up now, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to make the succulents. This is going pretty quickly. This is going very quickly. This is going to be an easy peasy tutorial. Now we're getting into the greens. Okay. All right, so go do your thing, grab another coffee, do a toque, do whatever you need to do, grab some paint, dry your canvas, and come back and meet me here, and then we'll do the succulents. Hey folks, we're back. Pots are dry, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go into our greens and create our succulents. But first I need some more white. I need some more white. I need some more white. Okay, there we go. We got some white. But what I'm going to do is we are going to go in with our angle brush. Our angle brush. And with the phalo green and a little bit of black, we're going to mix those together and create a very, very dark green. Okay, this is new to me. We're rogue. I'm not following any tutorial. I didn't follow a tutorial. I didn't look at tutorials. This here looks good. Looks good. And what we're going to do now is we're going to create our stems. Put in our stems. Now what we're going to do is we're going to trace our succulents. Okay? So you just want to trace your succulents with this dark green color. Okay, don't color them in with it, okay? Don't color them in. We just want to separate them so that way we can define them. Okay? And we'll just put one more right there to balance that, you know, and this side out too, because it just looked rounded. All right, so now we're going to highlight these ones here with the same color, just tracing them out. Just tracing them with that dark green color, phthalo green and black. There we go, folks. Everything's all traced in. Now what we're going to do is we are going to, I'm going to put another one right there. Just to, I don't know what's going on. Probably because, you know why? Because I'm painting sideways. Painting sideways. Put my brush in the water. Give it a look. Perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to start here. Okay? And we are going to take Hooker's Green. Okay? And a little bit of phalo green. Little bit of phalo. Mix it together. It gives it a nice, dark green. And we're going to come in here and inside your lines. And it's okay if you, mix them. As long as they're defined. I'm just going to take my glasses off. Shit, got paint on the desk. There we go. We're just going to paint those in with that green color. Paint them in. Nice and green. I don't know if you notice, folks, but in the morning I sniffle a lot. I don't know if I have allergies or what it is, because it doesn't go on throughout the day. It's just in the morning when I sniffle. There we go. That one's painted in. With the same color, we're going to go over and paint in our other succulent. Painting them in with the same green color. And we're going to go back over these with some highlights. Let's just go over those stems again. There we go. All right. Got all of it colored in. Perfect. Isn't this easy so far? Of course it is. Now we're going to take, without even rinsing our brush, because we don't need to rinse our brush, we're going to take some Hooker's Green, just some Hooker's Green with a little bit of yellow. Little bit of yellow, cad yellow. Mix it in with that mixture that we just had, and it gives us a different shade of green. Gives us a really nice shade of green. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go in on one side. Nice and gentle. You know what? You decide where you want to put your green. But you don't want to paint over everything that's already there. Right? You want to be able to see the other green coming through. You want to be able to see the highlights, the lowlights, the whatever. Okay, now we are going to add a little bit more yellow to that green and maybe a touch of white. Now we get a a little bit of Hooker's Green more in there because we don't want it too light. So look at this. In the same spot, pick up your brush, and here we're just going to give it one little stroke on each leaf. Just like that. One stroke on each leaf. See? Highlight. We're going to do the same to these guys over here. Just one stroke on each leaf. It's actually doing a lot better than I thought it would. Yes, now what we're going to do is we are going to switch brushes. I got my filbert right here, or cat's tongue, as the art Sherpa likes to call them. Filbert or cat's tongue. And this one is a number 12, Simply Simmons. But use whatever brushes you have. And now we're going to create petals on this green one. And because we still have some of the dark green paint earlier, we're going to go into that, okay? Into that, just on the brush like that. And we're going to just press and lift. Press and lift. We're going to create tiny little leaves, okay? So here, let me bring this closer. I'm going to try to bring it closer without getting paint all over the place. Okay. We're going to go in this big one right here, okay? And what we're going to do, oh no, it works. Okay, so we're just going to press, lift, press, lift. Well, I guess you want to. And just create little leaves. Okay, we're just creating little leaves. And you know what? You could even use a Q-tip for this if you really wanted to. I don't really care too much for Q-tip art. Never really liked it. Grab a little more of the phalo green, add in some more black, mix it up. Okay, and we're just gonna come in here, just like that, see? Just dotting. Just dotting. Dot, 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 dot. There we go. Now we're going to go into our hooker's green. Just the hooker's green with the little phalo. Oh, we only got a lot of phalo or a lot of hookers left, thank goodness, because we're almost done. We're just going to go over just over everything. And now we're going to go into that lighter value here and there. There we go. There we go. Succulents. But we're not done yet, are we? They don't look right, do they? So what we're going to do is take our angle brush, our handy dandy, which still has green, get a double rinse, wipe it off, make sure we got no green there. And we're going to go into that green mixture again. See the green mixture here? We're going to go into that again, but we're going to grab a dollop of white. And we're really going to make a nice green white. Okay? And here, you just want to go in just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too heavy on the brush. Not too heavy on the brush. You go heavy on the brush, and you're going to get a great big paint mark. There we go. And then you're just going to add some over here. It's okay if it mixes together because all these greens, remember folks, this is like my first rogue piece. Okay, now we're going to take some of that and we're just going to dab it, highlight some of these leaves here. Just highlighting some of these leaves. There we go. Give that a rinse with that brush. And what we're going to do now is we're going to come down, excuse me, we're just going to take a little black line and go in between. Haven't got black, so we're going to use this dark black phalo and everything. Actually, what we're going to do first is just come under here and highlight under the planter. Guess what? That's a shadow. Shadow. And then we're just going to come in between the planter and the plant with the same color and do that. See that? I just separated the planter from the plants. Easy peasy. Easy peasy succulents. All right. So, I'm wondering what more we can do to this. What I'm going to do though is I am going to go through here and take my chalk lines out with a wet brush. Careful, the green in that might still be wet. I'm just going to take my chalk marks out to get a better view of my succulents. To get a better view of them, to see how the whole thing looks together without the chalk in it. Oh, I got a little bit of green in there. Chalk, a little bit of chalk there, some there. Succulents or plants. You know what else we can do? We can probably go in there with our angle brush, you know, and we can add very, very lightly. Let's check this out and see how it looks. Oh yeah, a little bit of cad yellow. Look at that. That really brings it to life. That cad yellow. All right, let's add some cad to it. Wow, this looks really nice. That brings it to life more. Just dab it into your painting over here. That yellow. And I think we're done. I think we're done. 3 succulent plants. You know, I gotta say this isn't bad for going rogue. It's not bad at all. We have 3 succulents and planters with shading and everything that I did all on my own. No tutorial. I'm proud of this. I'm proud of that. You should always be proud of your artwork. Comes from the heart. Mm-hmm. All right, so again, if you want to sign it, completely up to you. You can sign it on the edge, the frame, sign it along the planter, sign it along the leaf, sign it along the bottom, or you can sign it on the back. Completely up to you, but 3 succulents in planters. Easy peasy succulent painting tutorial. Until next time, folks, like, subscribe, and share. Okay, see you later.